So I know I haven't made a video for here on YouTube for a very long time, and for a while. In this during October, I did make some scary movies, but not as much as like other people scary movie reviews as other people. But this video is mainly about Billy Madison and how it's so easy and simple to follow along as this comedy is. I'm wearing a hat because of Billy Madison, obviously. That's one of his favorite things to do. But also, this also has some adult humor in it. Um, Adam Sandler humor, like, shut up! Like that, like he was yelling at people and stuff like that. But basically, Billy Madison is a very easy movie to follow along, even if you're not into movies that well, and you're not into movies that well, but you want to get into movies. It's a very easy movie to follow along. It's a very easy movie to be immersed, embraced and immersed into, because I like to see it's on the first grade level because the concept of this movie is that he goes back to school for 2 weeks and from first grade to high school, just to prove to his dad that he's smart and he can take over his company. And he's challenging against one of his dad's guys in his company that wants the company. So he has to go back to school for 2 weeks for each grade just to prove that he can to prove to his dad that he can run the company, but also prove his dad that he's smart and he's not dumb as people think he is. Where he's just, originally when he got out of high school, he was just, normal kids go to college. No, he's a rich kid, so he went, he's just drinking beer, hanging out with his friends, laying by the pool, getting magazines that are, well, adult magazines. Because that's in the movie. I can't lie about that. That's in the movie. But you get my point. And then when he starts school on the Monday and he goes to the first grade and all that stuff, kindergarten, first grade, third grade, and that's where he meets his girlfriend. It's kind of weird that he meets his girlfriend there, but anyways, he goes to those little kid grades and then he goes up to high school. But what I meant by simply earlier when I said this in the video, when it's on a first grade level, you can comprehend the comedy. The comedy is not that hard. Like usually Adam Sandler's movies lately he tries to put so much heaviness on his comedy. Even the newest one he has on Netflix about his daughter, he filmed with his daughter. They try to put like a regular conversation there, but cut comedy in there. He tries to put too much comedy in his movies now to try to make you laugh. This one is very simple. It's a very first grade level comedy. You can laugh at it. You can have fun with it. It's there. And I gotta say, his early works, Adam Sandler's early works, like Happy Gilmore, which is also in the same Blu-ray double feature pack that I got, and Little Nicky, and all those other movies that he has way before he went to Netflix, are very first grade level kind of comedy. You can laugh at him. You don't have to think too much. You don't have to think too hard and all stuff like that. And that's great. And that's really great. I like this movie because it's a first grade level movie. Anyone that's not into movies can watch this, or they're into movies but they're not into it like I am, where I break down every movie that's like I can break down a Godzilla movie for you easily. From American to Japan, I can break down Captain Marvel and Captain America for you. I can break down even like a really artistic film, and how the director or producer or whoever wants to show you what their vision was. This movie was written by Adam Sandler, but not directed by Adam Sandler, but written by Adam Sandler. So that's why I'm saying that this comedy was like probably right after his early years at SNL. His early SNL years are like first grade to second grade level comedy, where there is some adult humor in it, but you can follow along with it and be a more be in a more be in enticed into the joke and be knowing the jokes even even more further on from when it was originally filmed and got made until now. But I saw this movie on television all my throughout my junior high to high school lifetime. So today in 2023, those jokes to me still hit hard because it's something I grew up with. But someone that's uh, like finally getting someone that's like not like they know who Adam Sandler is, but they're not like really known all his movies and all that stuff. And they watch this movie for the very first time. They're like, okay, this comedy is very easy to follow along. It is. It's 90s comedy. The comedy we have today is not the greatest comedy in the world. I gotta say. It's some of the stuff is funny, but comedians today try so hard to put jokes in that make you laugh, and some of them are funny and some of them are not, and they put a lot of stuff in there. You don't have to put too much in there. That's why like Billy Madison and like Elf and all these other movies are very first grade level comedy because they were like made. Elf was made in early 2000s. This movie was made in the 90s. It's just simple. Just write a good joke, write a couple good jokes, put them in there. I don't even have to say Tim Allen with Santa Claus. That's even first grade level, but you get my point. This is the reason why it makes me laugh. Like he has even a little song. He has a song number. Actually, two. Well, he has one song that he made up, but he has a song number in there that was weird and misjumbled into this and edited into this, but it works with his comedy. Like it comes out of nowhere, and that's how Adam Sandler does his things back in the day. My favorite thing is I'm going back to school to prove to my dad that I'm not a fool, or hope I don't get into a fight. Back to school, so I can prove to my dad that I'm not a fool. That's the best little song that he could make, waiting for the bus to come by. And then like his maid is like says weird comments to him, like to make him laugh, because of course Billy Madison, like what also makes this movie a first grade level comedy is Billy Madison, the character, is a full grown man, but he still thinks like a little kid, and that's what makes this work. That's what makes it work. That's why when he went like into kindergarten to the first grade to sixth grade to all these other grades, he was already on those kids' levels because after high school, he never went to college to get more knowledge, and he didn't even like learn anything else besides just chilling and hanging out by the pool. And that's what makes that character work as well. Like he goes after he went to go into high school, he visits his girlfriend that's a teacher, weirdly, and that's how it works in this movie. And then one of the kids that he knows, a little cute little chubby kid, goes in there, says, "I can't wait to go to high school." He tells him how great high school is. Can't wait to go to high school, and he grabs his little cheeks. "You want to stay a little kid forever. Don't ever lose that. Cherish this moment that you're in right here in the third grade or whatever grade he was in, because once you get older, it gets harder and harder and harder," and he realizes that. And then there's throughout his grade levels, there's a family called the Doyles, and Doyle rules. Like, they just don't rule. But hey, whatever you gotta say, Doyle rules, bro. You know what I'm saying? And this movie just works. It's funny, hilarious. You have some of his friends in here. that always are in his movies. This when they're a lot younger. Even you have Tommy Boy himself, which is Chris Farley. Chris Farley is like a bus driver, and you see him like 2 or 3 times in this movie. And he's like that his girlfriend, which is Veronica Vaughn. It's like she's one good piece of, I mean, not well. Basically, he says ace, but that's just meaning, and that terminology just means she's a wonderful, beautiful lady. And I'm not going further into that, but there's more to that joke. If you have seen this movie, there's more into that joke. But it's like he talks to Billy Madison. He's like, I know a guy that did this thing, did that, and then Billy's like, no, they didn't. Yeah, they didn't. And they did. No, they didn't. Yeah, they didn't. So it's kind of funny how it works out that way. But this movie is also like not like I said, it's not just a first grade level comedy where you can follow along and laugh at, which I do every single time I watch it. But it's also a good movie if you're going through some rough times, like losing a job or different other losing a job or different other hard things like struggling how you're going to pay the bills next week if you're just have live by paycheck, or just one of your family members in the hospital, or something really bad happening to you. Anything that you can name off, a breakup, whatever it is, or you need to heal a breakup, or you need to heal from all the things that someone has. All different things that you're healing from some type of subject or some type of thing that's going on in your life. This movie will bring you back. Any comedy movie will bring you back to a sense of joy and laughter. But Billy Madison will bring you back to that simple joy and laughter because it's the greatest. It's one of the greatest comedy movies ever. But it's also made by one of the greatest comedy minds we have today, Adam Sandler. Now, some people might disagree on that, but I agree that I'm one of the guys that agree that Adam Sandler is one of the greatest genius minds that we have, one of the greatest comedy genius minds that we had, because he just freestyles his comedy and it like puts it out there. And when he writes it, it's also freestyled and it's great. He's one of the greatest comedic actors / producers / directors that we got. Even some of the stuff in the drama apartment is kind of funny when he puts jokes in there. So, like Uncut Gems, that character was serious, but it's like I wanted to laugh at some of the stuff he said because he sounds like a true New Yorker and all that stuff. That basketball movie was on Netflix. I haven't watched all the way through. I still need to, but even some of that stuff, like how he makes his characters and even dramas, he has a little sense of seriousness, but also a little sense of like comedy with them as well. So he's a full-on Renaissance man, but this movie makes me laugh every single time. It brings you happiness and joy. But anyways, if you like this video, put a like, comment, subscribe. You know what to do. Deuces.